Josh Henry, the founder and chief simplifier with Church.com. We give you a quick overview of our Simplify Church Bookkeeping Portal we've designed to make keeping the books, managing the accounting for your church quick, simple, and easy, so that you can really manage it in-house without having to find somebody who knows what they're doing as far as bookkeeping goes. And accounting, we've just made it very simple. As you log in here, you'll notice you have a dashboard, and we've just released this piece with a quick metrics and give you an idea of your giving trends, your attendance trends, and then some metrics that we think you ought to be keeping an eye on. It just really helps as a pastor or a church leader, some church financial health numbers that you should be watching. I'll show you where we can add some new metrics. This is just for pieces of attendance that we would capture. So let's just say it's Sunday here, and we had 345 people, we had 95 kids, no baptisms, salvations, and 3 first-time visitors. Click Save, close that. If I go back to my dashboard now, you'll see the metrics is going to update my March numbers way up to our total attendance of 695. We'll be able to see the averages kind of balance out next month as we look at the previous month. And we're working on a way to give you this number in the current month so you can kind of see the real time. Like any web application, we give you the opportunity to manage your organization. Your typical things that you would need to do, your church name. Most of this you probably won't change once you're in, but you do have the opportunity to update some of that information. You can also set up individual users in the portal, and those users can also be given separate roles based on what you want them to have access to and be able to take care of. You can also add bank accounts, and we use bank accounts in the portal, as you can see, from both your checking, but then also if that's a credit or debit card type account, we can give those, track those. So if your individual, each of your individual staff members have a card, we can actually track it down to the card here in the portal. Kind of the bread and butter of what we do here is end expense, check request, and add deposit. We have some quick actions over here on the right. So I'll show you real quick a check request, for instance. We'll go to our checking account, and we can select a payee. Or we could add one on the fly if we needed to. If something's changed with John's information, we can also edit him right here. If we click that button, it'll actually pull up his information. You can update those things here. Give it the date. We're going to pay John $100. We'll click next. It's actually going to go down and add the ability for us to break this down by expense so that we can break it down by budget line. So we're going to charge $65 as this is cookies for fifth preschoolers. And the second piece, we'll break this down again. We'll do $35 for the remaining. And we'll just for adult ministries, he bought some curriculum. Hit save, and this number greens out. That means it matches the total that we've requested. You hit submit, and this is going to be processed. And we're actually taking care of it from there. Your account manager at this point will actually cut a check, drop it in the mail, send it out on your behalf. There's nothing further you would need to do in-house. The other option you have here is to record a check. And if you come to this screen, you notice everything's very similar, except you also have this ability now to enter a check number. This would be for a check you guys wrote in-house, and you just want to tell us about it so that we don't have to come back and question this when we see the bank account later on. When we do the bank reconciliation at the end of the month for you. Here under Manage Expense, this would be if you use the church's credit or debit card, for instance. This would be to track something. So we know that when it passes through the bank, we know what it's going to be for, and we don't need to come back and ask you. So this is Amazon, where we say Pastor's Books. Next, same idea. It's going to pull from your budget. And we can come down here, we just say Personnel, all 25 of it. Greens out, hit submit, we're taking care of it from that point. So the other feature you'll notice here is manage a deposit. This is for all the income that you're managing. And we actually track your income all the way down to the donor level. So if you look at the bank, if you look here, we come in here and choose the bank account. This would be for, let's just say this is last Sunday's offering, and it's $1,000. I can then add the deposit detail on. Instead of now pulling from my budget, we're actually pulling from our donor base. So we can come in here and say Kim gave to our general income, and Kim gave $150 Sunday. We'll break this down. I'm not going to spend too much time here. but just to give you an idea of what's happening. We can break it down by different income funds. So if you do have any fund accounting that you're using for your church, we can support that as well. So I'll pick one more here, and we'll just kind of get it done. So the remaining amount was given by him. Okay. And green's out, means it's all balanced. We hit submit, and that's done. Your account manager now knows to keep an eye out for $1,000 that's going to hit the bank on this date, so that we know when we do the bank reconciliation how to balance that for you. So why do we keep all that? Well, let's just get over here to contributors, and we'll show you how quickly we can do both a contributor search, and we actually search it by active, whether we can do member or non-member, if that's something you track. We also track them if they have an email address, and I'll show you why. Your giving reports can actually be produced in just a couple clicks. So I click here on giving report. I now have a few options. I can run the report for the date range that I want. I can say yes or no whether if they have an email address or do not. If only the people that do have email addresses, I want to see them, or anybody who does not have an email address, I can do them. So if I do either, I have three options here: view CSV, and this would be if you just want to run that data out and do whatever you want to do in Excel to kind of look at your giving trend if you wanted to run some reports. If you click on view PDF, this is actually going to run and produce a PDF that will allow you then a printable PDF that will have all of your donor records in it. Each page of this PDF will be a print-ready donor record. The other option we have for you on the portal is to email your statements. This will bulk email. This will be the subject line, and this will be the donor's name that we have on record. And this is where you could add a pastor's letter here. Thank you for your generosity. With your faithful gifts, we were able to do X, Y, Z last year. Just kind of give an idea. Follow up a thank you to all your donors. Remind them that their giving equals ministry happening, and that's really what you're going to do to help to encourage giving and encourage more generosity with your ministry. So once you're ready for this to be sent, you'll click on send. It's going to give you an additional confirmation, and once you hit send again, it will actually send that email out to all the donors that had an email address listed. If you did have people that did not have an email address, then you'll want to kind of go back through and say no, rerun those reports, and then print that PDF. Then it's only going to provide you the PDF of folks that did not receive that report in their email. Finally, you can do some quick budget viewing here, where this will actually show you your budget reports by ministry line. So you can really kind of get in here and see what's been spent year to date by line, what's been done, things like that. We're working on cleaning this up a little bit to make it a little more useful for you. So, but bear in mind, you can get an idea of your year-to-date spending right here in the portal if that's a report that you want to generate and keep an eye on. So, hope that helps understand kind of what the portal is used for and how simple it is to use for your ministry. We're always updating it and finding new ways to make it better. And so we look forward to partnering with your church and finding ways that we can all do ministry better together. Thanks.